Hello everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is Haute Mode, and today on Haute Mode, or tonight, or whenever you're watching, this is the review / roast of the Grammys 2019 red carpet. And honestly, I wasn't really having good feelings about the Grammys to begin with. Like, my fashion psychic abilities kicked in, and I had a really weird dream last night which involved ugly dresses, a hysterical woman, and me berating people. So I'm kind of taking that as a sign, but my premonition honestly came true as soon as I started looking at the red carpet images for the Grammys. Obviously, we're gonna get into it, but before we get any further into the video, if you guys are looking for a channel that talks about fashion in the most fun, sassy, bitchy, analytical way, this is it. So you can go down below, hit the subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications. I mean, like, what do you have to lose? You're already here, okay? You're letting me tell you about how bad the Grammys are. And if you guys want to see more from me, you can follow me on Instagram at Haute Mode. I post some pretty poppin' fashion memes and other fashion subjects. And also at Haute Mess, you can see all my personal styling. All right, now that I'm done with my shameless self-promotion, let's get into it. We're going to be going A to Z as per usual, so let's just get on in. First up, Alessia Cara. A, basic. B, the cutout designs, not cute. I don't know what you're trying to like have them say about you. Maybe you're trying to have them say like, oh, I'm sexy. Oh, I'm great. Oh, I'm an interesting character. That's not what they're saying. They're saying, oh, look, this is a dress from the sales rack of your local department store. Like, it's just a bunch of different ugly laces put together. I don't understand why all these different motifs are cut. I don't understand why we thought that it was necessary to lump every motif that I've ever seen in my entire life onto this dress. It's a lot, and I just don't understand who was thinking, oh yes, great idea, let's do this. The dress doesn't say anything, and I'm just like, are you going to a funeral or like your friend's sweet 16? I can't really tell. Next up is Alicia Keys. She is hosting the Grammys and she is wearing Armani Prive. Armani Prive is Armani's Haute Couture line, for those of you that don't know. And it is a line that I dabble in and out of love with. I do love the way that it fits her. I think it hugs her curves wonderfully. And I like the amount of cleavage I can see. I think it's nice. I think it's a nice, you know, not modest dip, but like, she's a fun mom kind of dip, you know? She's not like conservative Christian in the Midwest. She's like fun, sassy mom that goes out on the Chicago nightclub scene on a Wednesday with a lot of Pinot Grigio in her system. But as soon as we get to the knee, the dress kind of falls really flat for me. I think the buttons on the front are giving me very like Pope, Paul, Pope John, Pope Augustus, Pope, I don't know any other Pope names. Yeah, it's just giving me very like papal robe, and I don't love that. And then when the dress hits the floor, I'm like, me. And so is it slit all the way? Are those buttons real? It just doesn't do it all that much justice. I kind of wish, since it's haute couture, it was kind of perfect. Is that a lot to ask? Next up is Anna Kendrick, and I don't know why I keep talking about Anna Kendrick, because, like, honestly, but this looks like everything else she's ever worn. She always does this, like, feather thing. It's usually pink, and she's very, like, the cast of Scream Queen Season 1, but not in a good way. And I just think it's so gaudy and over the top and tacky. And then you have to use like a silver bag and silver shoes. I get it. You got out of the Uber pool at the wrong stop. This is not the Sweet 16 you were going to. This is the Grammys. But like, enough is enough. You don't need to be crazy. You don't need to be doing this. Like, trolls, we don't see your face. So your voice, love it. Seeing you in real life, I don't. Next up is Bebe Rexha. And Bebe Rexha, I have recently found out, is from Staten Island. Now, Bebe Rexha to me is like Rita Ora. I'm just like, girl, why are you here? Bebe Rexha also had a really big controversy where she essentially was like, these fashion designers will not dress me because I'm a bigger size. And don't get me wrong, I think sizing in the fashion industry is fucked up. It's awful, and people are stupid and can't see farther than like right in front of their face. Although fashion people are supposed to be so, fashion forward. But Bebe Rexha had a point about sizing. Yes, we need to be inclusive of sizing, and I think we're seeing it more and more now on the runways, at least, especially like during New York Fashion Week, it's been present. But Bebe Rexha, I don't think your size is the issue. I think the fact that you're Bebe Rexha is the issue. You have to, be respected for them to want to dress you. So I promise you, I really don't think that it's about the sizes. I just think it's about your persona. That saying, I do actually really like this dress, and I think it's very simple. I feel like these big ruffle dresses really have gone from something that was kind of like niche and crazy to now they're very much like every red carpet, somebody's wearing one of these big ruffle tulle dresses. I do think it looks nice on her. I just think the red looks great with the blonde hair and the Staten Island tan. It's, I can't deny my heritage. But I also am kind of getting tired of seeing these big frou-frou dresses all over the runway. I only want to see it if it's like from very few people. Molly Goddard, Simone Rocha, Pier Paolo at Valentino. Like, I don't want to see everybody's Fashion Nova knockoffs, all right? So next up is BTS. And from left to right, we're gonna just, what do I call that? Execution style, that's it. On the far left is V. I like when the buttons are closed and on the side. I think it's very sweet. I think it's really nice. He's not wearing a bow tie, it seems, which I also personally think is a look. Love that. Next up is Suga. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right. This seems to be more of like a very classic tux. It has a very deep cut. And you can see the buttons. This is probably one of my least favorite because it is more traditional and I hate traditional things. In the back is Jin. Can't really see much of the look, but I can see a bow tie, which like scares me because bow ties are very scary. Looks fine from what I can see, I guess. In the middle is Jungkook. I like the lapels on this look. I like how like strange they are and how deep they are and how thick they are. I've never seen that before. And I love the way that it looks more like a longer blazer than just a kind of short men's blazer. It's nice. Next is RM, and I can't really see much of his look, but I can see his little button-up shirt flaring out of the fucking blazer, and I love that because he is like, just living his life. The wedding is like 4 hours in. He like loosened his tie 2 hours ago, and then he popped the collar, and here we are. It looks a little bit disheveled, and I guess maybe that's why he's standing in the back, but I'll take it. Next up is Jimin, and honestly, icon. The hair, very good. Like, inspired to dye my hair. Just kidding. I'm never going to do that. But it looks amazing. I love this really together blazer. I love the double sort of buttons. I think that's so chic. And I'm obsessed with it. And something you see a lot on coats, but not a lot on blazers. And I even love the choice of shoes. I like that there are those two buckles. It kind of makes them a little bit more gothic, a little bit more different. They stand out really from almost all of the other shoes. Love it. Finally is J-Hope. Again, very classic looking tuxedo. All in all, this is my first, or one of my first times talking about BTS. I really like them. They're very sweet. They are not afraid to work with a brand and all kind of be uniform, but also be different. I like the hair. I'm very into it. I want them all to have crazy hair colors. They're like a beautiful little rainbow of South Korean joy and fashion. Who am I to complain? Next up is Camilla Kibeho, and she is wearing Armani. I don't know if it's Armani Prive, but from the looks of it, it probably isn't. I don't mind the color. I like this, pinky sequin glitter moment. It's fine. I like the shoulders. I like the way the dress actually fits. Something just at the midsection though is weird, and it's something about the way that they fitted it. That little indent in there, I don't think is amazing. I just don't think it's really working. I don't think it's really helping. That butt pick though, okay, I see you. I love the backless. I think that's actually a really amazing little secret that you wouldn't have seen unless she stuck it out. And I love that the collar comes all the way around and then it has a little backless oval of sorts. Could have been better, yes. But I will get what I will get, and I won't get upset. That's a lie. I'm gonna get upset. Next up is Cardi B, and she is in Mugler, and this Grammys really is turned into something. People hate this, and I understand why, because in reality, yes, is it fucking ugly? Yeah. I think that the latexy, sheer bodysuit is not the best. I also don't think the sleeves are amazing, and I think the beaded pearls aren't really great. I don't love those aspects, but what I do love is this sort of fucking clam pearl moment, and I think that's what she's going for. And in reality, Cardi B and Mugler have essentially just done the Venus de Milo on the Grammys red carpet. And it might not be what we want the Venus de Milo to be. This is what we got, and nobody else has been serving us a look like this in years. So I'm gonna fucking take it. I also am obsessed with this skirt. I think it is wonderful. I love how animated it is. I love how it creates this train of sorts, but it's upside down. It's amazing, and it really showcases that Cardi is there. She's the center. She's the pearl. The world is your oyster. Cardi is the supple little stuff you suck out of the shell. I don't love that little rose on it. I don't really know why that's there, and I want it to go away. And also, I don't love that, although we're going for like a fish kind of vibe, I was seeing photos where it looked like it was a little mermaid's tail at the bottom. And I was like, eek, I don't like that. That might have just been that photo, but like, if it wasn't, let's stop that. But honestly, I'm here for this. Like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to be happy with it, because we have not had a look served on a red carpet that was outrageous, something that will be remembered for a very long time. This is that. And like, although it's crazy and ridiculous and ugly to some people, yeah, this is what we got. So take it and run. Be grateful for what you get, because none of these other girls are really serving looks. And if they're serving looks, it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, what's going on? Next up is Charlie Puth, and he is also wearing Dior Men. I like this brown suit. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. I'm here for it. I love the 6-button Kim Jones moment. I love the 3-pocket Kim Jones moment. I think he's really like killing the menswear game. Nobody can touch him currently. Like, literally nobody can touch Kim Jones's men's Dior. Like, people are obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. Like, it's great. So Charlie Puth, be grateful that Kim Jones likes you. Next up is Chloe and Halle, and no. To me, this is giving me like very Iris Van Herpen, Paco Rabanne vibes. And the thing is, I think that if the material involved in using those like avant-garde layers of fabric or pleating had been nicer, and like I could see that it was nicer, I'd be like, okay, like I could deal with this. But it looks like mom made it with fabric from Michaels or Joann's Fabrics, and like that's not what you want at all. I like the idea of these kind of geometric aspects coming in with a black gown, but it doesn't fucking work. I don't think it's gonna happen. I really think it is scary and it's hurting my soul, and I need it to stop. And I want Chloe and Halle to go back to like doing when they were doing really good. Like, go to that. Let's do that again. Thank you. Next up is Diplo. I just want to talk about Diplo's shoes. Like, if you're gonna wear a suit, don't wear slip-on like loafer. Ugh. Like, gross. Like, get a hold of yourself, Diplo. Be uncomfortable for like 2 seconds in a boot, like a 2-inch boot. You could do it. Next up is Dolly Parton, icon of a generation. And who am I but a lowly gay to say, Dolly Parton, I don't love this. See, Dolly Parton, I do love it. I love it from mid-thigh up. But from that mid-thigh down, no, I don't want to do it. I like the big jewels. I think it's very Versace, but like old Versace. I like the silver little squiggles, you know, very geometric, Google Earth. The lace ruffle around the boobies. I'll even take that. But you know what I will not take? This thinning feather thing going on. If the feathers on your dress look like a 40-year-old man balding, don't wear it. And also the lace sheer chiffon-y little fabric at the bottom, like, no, come on. Like, just finish the fabric in that silver Google Earth shit. Next up is Dua Lipa, aka Dua Lipa. She is wearing Versace, and I like it. I do really love from the bust down, I think that pulled sort of pleated fabric in different shades wrapped together, I think is really great, and I really love it. And the train sort of flows from that. I don't love love the silver sheer fabric that flows down. I kind of wish it had been in the same fabric. I'm a very big proponent of same fabrics. Like, fabrics should stay with their fabrics unless there's a real reason that it's necessary. But like, since when does silver glitter go with shiny pleated chiffon? Like, it doesn't. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, come on, it's Versace. You have the budget, obviously. Just use the same fabric, please. Thank you. But no, in reality, I do like this dress, and I will not let Versace ruin it for me. I was gonna talk about Florida Georgia line just because I feel like all the straight people I know would really enjoy that, but like, I'm good. Thanks though. Next up is Heidi Klum. Mess. Miss Heidi, what's going on? I mean, I know what's going on. Anytime I see Heidi outside of Halloween, I'm usually disappointed. This cocktail dress with these big flowing shoulders, no, it's not good. Stop letting the kids on Project Runway design your stuff. Oh wait, you're not on Project Runway anymore. So either you bought this dress or somebody lent it to you, which means that person might be a professional. So that's scary. You don't want a big flurry of fabric flowing out of your arms like you're a pterodactyl. Like, it's just not cute. Next up is Hennessy Carolina. This is Cardi B's sister, if you do not know. Let's talk about it. I like the fit of the actual dress. It reminds me of an oversized tuxedo jacket because you have the short little front and then the tail in the back. I think that's very cute. I think the color is like a lot, and especially mixed with the fabric, it's like, cheap. Eek. No. I don't know why we're going for these big Mickey Mouse ear shoulders. Like, I don't know, where did that come from? Who said, oh yeah, that's cute, let's do this. I wish also that cocktail dress had kind of fitted more. I feel like we would have seen the fabric tighter and then would have, not seen as much wrinkling or just gathering in not fun places. Yeah, let's not do that, Hennessy. And also, the shoes. Iridescent? No. Next up is Isaac Powell, and I just want to quick talk about Isaac Powell. I had to look up who he was, but he's wearing Thom Browne, so I was like, go off. I'm obsessed. I love the way that this creates this little hourglass shape, but it's a 3-piece suit with shorts, so it's even better. I love the little tuxedo jacket. I think it's amazing, and then there's no shirt underneath. It's a little vest. I think that's even greater. I now want one of those. And then the shorts, I think they fit amazing and they come at the right place. And the socks and the shoes, very Thom Browne. I'm obsessed. Would die. I would literally die for Thom Browne. Bury me in a Thom Browne short suit, please. Okay? As long as my legs are not that pale. Next up is J Balvin, and he is wearing Louis Vuitton from what I understand, from what I can see in an embossed, maybe I made that up. Maybe he's not. He's not wearing Louis Vuitton from what I can tell. I don't know what he's wearing exactly, but I don't hate it. I don't think it's amazing, but also it is not the norm for a men's suit. He doesn't look like Diplo, so congrats. To me, it is very much so a Yohji Yamamoto, Rick Owensy sort of vibe, but it seems like it kind of is dumbed down a little bit and is a bit fuckboy-ish. And as much as I hate that, it's different, so I think I'll take it. I think I'll run with it. And I like that it's not skinny. It has this sort of relaxed, oversized vibe, which it seems very comfortable in. I'm good with this. I'll take it. Next up is J-Lo. She is wearing Ralph and Russo. I love the cut of this dress. I think she looks amazing. Stunning. I don't exactly love the beading embellishment work. I think it's a little bit much. I think around the collar, I think it would have been great, and maybe even that piping on the sleeves, but I think the two big nautical ship symbols are too much. I don't need those big ass snowflakes on my dress. Thank you. The hat, I like it. It adds a little funny kind of vibe, but we don't see many hats on the red carpet, and it matches it. It gives it a vibe. I'll take that. Next up is Janelle Monae, and she is wearing Jean Paul Gaultier, and it's a look. It's a look and a half. It's a look and 3/4. It is a look and 14 days and 14 nights. It's gorgeous. I love these sharp, overbearing shoulders. I love the pleating. I love the way that there are these little streaks of opaque in this sheer fabric. I love the way it's cut so that it looks like it's frayed. It looks like it's been like blown around in a blustery storm. I love the black, the way that it just cuts and creates shade. Like it's fucking amazing. I don't love the hat. I'll be honest. I feel like maybe it's like a Grammys record reference. Not the best. Could have been great with just the dress, or even just like a Jean Paul Gaultier hat maybe. And if Jean Paul Gaultier did this hat, I'm upset because no much costume, no fashion. But yeah, Janelle Monae looks stunning. I'm so proud. I love this. She's killing it. Let's talk about Joy Villa. She only shows up at the Grammys every year and she like does some political bullshit where she's like, oh my God, I love Trump. This year she dressed up as a fucking wall. Well, you know what, Joy? Looking at you feels like looking at a wall. Like there's not really much going on. I think that the wall motif of your dress is cheap and tacky, like your idea of how human beings should be treated. I also think that the barbed wire sticking out of your shoulders, I wish it was real. Also, the metal straws sticking out of your head, like, I wish they were impaled. And then your little Make America Great Again bag, like, yikes. Next, let's talk Kacey Musgraves. Sad. This is a sad dress. I appreciate what she's going for, and I like the way that the bust hits. I love that it's in this little crescent shape. I think it's gorgeous, and it just covers the breast. It's like, that's good. And everywhere from the red band down, I just feel like it doesn't make as much sense. Half a dumpling on top and long spaghetti on the bottom. Like, in reality, I feel like maybe I'm being a little bit picky. It's just, I don't think that it is the best dress in the world. I think there are aspects of it that I really enjoy. But overall, at a quick glance, I'm like, okay. Next up, Katy Perry. She is wearing Balmain Couture. There's been a lot of that shit here. And Balmain must be paying a lot of fucking money to the people that are wearing it. Because, I mean, between Katy Perry, Kylie Jenner, Beyonce, who else? Like, that's a lot of money that they're going to be shelling out because, honestly, you'd have to pay me a lot of fucking money to put that on my body. But probably not Katy Perry. Katy Perry would probably wear a McDonald's bag if she thought I was going to make her look fashionable. Let's talk about it. The dress, in reality, it is bad. I do like the way it creates shape, but like from the silver bust and then it flows into this pink, and then even when I'm like looking close where the ruffle fabric meets the kind of solid bust, it looks kind of cheap. And like, again, it's meant to be haute couture. Like, I don't understand why it's not looking amazing, you know? I just don't think that this is a look that I would ever let somebody put on my body. And then I don't think I would let myself leave the house or let other people take photos of me. I wonder how much she got paid for that. I'm trying to think. I would put myself through that emotional torture for like $300,000 maybe. Might be $400,000. I'm not sure. Next up is Kylie Jenner, and she is also wearing the Balmain Couture. It's less offensive than the Katy Perry one, I have to be honest. And I actually really like Kylie's hair, and that's kind of like saving it for me. I don't know. I like a good one strand. It really like, you know, sets me over the edge. I think the pants fit her okay, actually. I like that they're wider. I think that it definitely accentuates her hips, which is like a Kardashian family, you know, thing. Weirdly, as I look more and more at the top, I don't hate it as much. I like that they're gloved. I like that the pleats fall into each other. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe I do like this look. There were a few looks from that Balmain collection I liked, and I'm not afraid to say that. But the vast majority of them, like the one that Katy Perry wore, were god-awful. So, I mean, when we can get somebody that, you know, can kind of sell the garment with that collection at least, I'll take what I can get, you know? Next up is Gaga. She is wearing Céline by Eddie Slimane. Apparently this has like hundreds of thousands of Swarovski crystals in it. Couldn't tell. Yeah, it's not amazing. I mean, like, she looks fine. I think that the way that the fabric is pulled and gathered where it meets this ruffly slash that comes out, but is also like partially a sleeve. I think that's like weird. And then I think from below where the fabric is gathered, there's the skirt that falls under it. And I just think it looks really sloppy. I'm sure that this dress costs a lot of fucking money. Like, this is the best that Eddie can do. Doesn't look great. Doesn't look amazing. Doesn't look like Celine. Doesn't look like it's worth $10,000, but okay, sure, Jan. Whatever you say. Next up is Lele Pons. It's not god awful in the sense that like it's so offensive to the eye that it's god awful. It's god awful in the sense that why are you trying this hard? Because you're just gonna look a mess. The cocktail dress doesn't really look like it is doing anything for her figure. Like, it's not really creating a shape. The motif, the gold, it's not really saying, you know, oh wow, look at Lele Pons. It's like just kind of there. It's just sort of covering the body. The boots just aren't great. Like, I will give credit where credit is due. I do think it's an interesting concept. I don't think that it follows through all that well, and especially on Lele Pons, everything is going to look kitschy and gimmicky. So you have to prepare yourself for that. And then the train, even the train, it doesn't look great. It looks like a big heart made out of like sheer and gold embellished fabric. And it's you know, Lele Pons, I get you have a music career. Let's not put ourselves all through this, okay? We have better ways to spend our time. Next up is Lily Sang, and I love Lily, but like, no. Silver sequins is not the way to go. How often do I have to say that silver sequins is never going to work for you two people? It's just not going to happen. I'm really sorry. I think that the way the boobs fit into that jumpsuit, not great. It looks like there's a lot of space, which means it just doesn't fit all that well. Next up is Meghan Trainor. She's dressed as Elvis. The white jumpsuit. I appreciate the effort. I don't appreciate the execution. Something about those really wide pants just throws me off and in not a good way. And something about the shoulder pads look like they're very stiff and they're very costumey instead of like actual shoulder pad clothing-y, like actually made to be clothes. Something about this just kind of screams more costume than like fashion or clothing. It's fine, but like it's not working, and I think we all know it, and whatever. Next up is Miguel, and honestly, he's kind of giving me like Prince vibes with the purple and the white. It's, you know, it's interesting. I like the lapels of the jacket. I like that there's that silver piping around them. I actually think that's kind of cute. The pants, I'm not obsessed with. I feel like they fall a bit weird. They seem a little bit, you know, long. I expect a better shoe. You know, if it seems like you're going for like a sort of Prince aspect, Prince wore heels. So give me like a 3-inch heel. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for like all that much, you know? I'm just saying, wear like a 2 or 3-inch heel. Just don't wear boring black dress shoes that look like you got them from Men's Warehouse. That's not hard, is it? Next up is Miley Cyrus. She's wearing Mugler. This is very simple, but I like it. I really like a simple moment. If you're not going to go crazy and go over the top or like wear something big and bold, do something simple. Do something that is going to flatter your body, and do something that you know is just going to look good. That's all you really need to do. Miley Cyrus has served us crazy looks over the years, and you know what? She's going back to her roots or whatever and like doing, and she's wearing a nice black suit with a flared pant at the end, which I think is just very cute. I think it's great. I think it's fine. I'm happy for it. I will take it. Like, this is what I expect of people when they're not trying to do something crazy. Just do something well. Next up is this woman. I just needed to talk about her because, like, why are you wearing Kylie Jenner's 21st birthday outfit from Fashion Nova? Kylie Jenner was literally there. Like, you look a mess. Stop doing that to yourself. You look dumb. Next up is Pentatonix. So let's go from the left to the right. First up is Matt. He's wearing Margiela. I stan. We stan. I love that. It's very signature John Galliano at Margiela. This deconstruction aspect, even though I don't actually think this is deconstructed. I think it's just a play on the idea of deconstruction. Next up is Kirsten. Don't love the dress. I just feel like the seatbelts in front not helping. It's not great. Feel like there's just too much going on. Scary. Can't see much of what Scott is wearing, but I like these little pant lines. I think they're kind of cute. I'm into that. I'm sure the full look looks great. Next is Mitch. He is wearing Burberry, and honestly, Burberry hasn't looked this good since ever. And honestly, I'm very shocked. I would like to think that Mitch knows how much I hate Burberry, but he looks good, and so I'm proud on that aspect, because here's the thing. I could hate a brand, I could hate a collection, I could hate a designer, but if the look is good, the look is good, and that's what counts. I think this two-piece suit in a full Burberry check is nice. It actually seems like a wearable aspect of Riccardo's Burberry. Finally, Kevin. I love this. It's very simple. It's a nice black suit. I like when a black suit fits a man nicely. And also, I like that he used jewelry just to accentuate it. It kind of makes it his own. It looks very natural. It looks very nice. I like the little accents of like copper and gold and black in there. I think it's very cute. I think it's really simple. This is all men have to do, you know? Simple, but fitted, well done. It's nice. It's cool. It's fashiony. Next up is Post Malone. I was harsh on Post Malone the last time. I like this, sort of. I kind of wish Alessandro Michele was his friend, because I feel like him and Gucci would be really good, and I feel like it makes so much sense. I like this very vibrant cowboy-esque moment. I'm obsessed with that belt. I literally would stab somebody for that belt. It's kind of amazing. I don't personally love the embellished stars on it, but I could see people liking it, and it does add something to it in a way that I think a lot of men would never really touch. I do really like the boots, I'll be honest. Like, pink cowboy boots, okay, I will take it. Like, cool. Thank you, Post Malone. I appreciate this time that we've shared together. Next up is Shawn Mendes. Very simple. Not my favorite Shawn Mendes look, and I feel like I'm very difficult on Shawn Mendes, but it's only because I care a lot. I just don't think the fabric is great. I feel like it looks a little bit polyester-y, like a Men's Warehouse. I like the black boots. I think that's very Shawn. I think the lapels actually look kind of cool. I like the way that they go from that dark to light blue, because the way the light shines on them, I think that's great. It's just the fabric of the actual suit is not my favorite, and that's throwing me off. Sorry. Shawn Mendes would be really good in like C's Marion or some shit like that. Like, I want, let's work on that, people. Next up is Tierra Whack. I want to talk about her. I don't really know who she is, but I want to talk about the look, because I really like the dress underneath. That jacket is like a lot, and I hate it, but I like that printed on sheer moment. I feel like a lot of designers like a Margiela, a Helmut Lang, like people like that used to print on sheer fabrics like this, and I kind of love it and miss it. And I feel like if we're gonna bring back a trend, like that should be the trend, printed sheer looks. I think that's amazing. And I like the little colorful design. I don't know who the woman on it is, but like I like the look of her. I like her hair, it's red. Yeah, I like that. Just get rid of the jacket. Thank you. Next up is Tracee Ellis Ross. I love the suit. I think it fits her beautifully. I love that front pleated panel. I think it's gorgeous. I love the snake belt. I think it's amazing. I think it's fucking gorgeous. It cinches the waist. It's a belt, but like it's also like a kind of piece of jewelry. Like, it's good. It's really, I want that. I love the wide leg pant. I think the jacket and fucking suit fits her perfectly. Like, Tracee Ellis Ross really can do no wrong. She always looks amazing. I'm forever in awe of her, okay? Just forever in awe. Next up is Ricky Rebel, and he's like a friend of that Joy Villa lady, and he really wanted to go for a Trump aesthetic. Being supportive of Trump is like one thing, but like then thinking, oh yes, the Trump Make America Great Again or the Trump flag for re-election is like something you're gonna get printed on clothing. Like, you're wasting fabric to print those fucking messages on there. Like, girl, get it together. Like, I'm sorry that somebody had to dye these clothes in probably toxic waste so that you could look ugly on this red carpet. Like, no. Also, sweetie, like, you're wearing heels. I don't know if you noticed, but Mike Pence wants you lobotomized. I don't know if you know what that is, but essentially it kind of means that like maybe your MAGA hat could cover that dagger hole in your temple when they squish it around so that they fuck up your brains because you're an idiot. Yeah, like they literally want the gays dead. Like, but you're out here wearing heels. Like, you're the first to go. Have you not watched the first episode of Handmaid's Tale? Like, what were you thinking here? Yeah, please tell me. I'd love an explanation. Actually, I wouldn't love an explanation. I'm good. Thank you. No. Okay, so I just saw Ariana Grande wearing Zac Posen on Instagram, and I'm too lazy to set up my camera again, so this is what you're getting. Ariana Grande looks fucking stunning in Zac Posen. That beautiful light blue ball gown is gorgeous. The gloves, the really simple but chunky yet funky jewelry. It looks great. It looks beautiful. I'm obsessed. Literally would live and die for Zac Posen. Also, Law Roach, I think, is taking over Miss Ariana Grande's style career again, and honestly, I pray to the good Lord that he gets her under control, because she needs help, and a lot of it. A lot of it. That is the end of my Grammys 2019 review. It was pretty messy, but also, I mean, we got some things that were acceptable that we could, take on. It definitely was bad, but it also was maybe not as bad as I thought it originally was going to be. So yeah, please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who were some of your favorite looks? Who were some of your favorite people there? Who were some of the brands that you guys want to see on the next big red carpet? That's it for me. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and TTYL.